How to buy on AliExpress from Jamaica. First, go to the top right where the flag appears and select Jamaica so the official AliExpress version for Jamaica loads. For language, leave it in English. And for currency, I use US dollars, then click Save. Now I'll show you step by step how to make a purchase. Now I'm going to show you step by step how to buy and what you need to keep in mind. As you can see, there are many products here, lots of deals, and in fact, at the top, we find even more. Actually, here we find a product offer and we also find product categories here, but what we're going to do is pick a sample product and I'll show you what you need to look at. First of all, let's choose a random product. Let's choose this product over here on the right. It already appears here, and let's take a detailed look at everything we need to keep in mind. First of all, on the left side, we should look at the photos to see if they really match the product description, which is right here. Always remember to pay close attention to the title of the product because sometimes you might get confused. In other words, they might be showing you this iPhone here, but it turns out they're not selling the iPhone, they're actually selling this battery. That's why it's important to tell the difference, since sometimes people feel scammed because they see one product in the images and receive another, but it's because they don't read this part of the title. Also, remember that when we search for products on AliExpress, the price we see is the lowest available price. What do I mean by this? When you enter the listing, you'll notice that if, for example, I change the color of the product or the specifications, you'll see that some options cost more than others. For example, this one here costs $15.22 and this one over here costs $16.18. That's why, before knowing exactly how much it costs, you need to specifically choose which particular variation or size of the product you want in order to know the final price. Then, once you've read and seen all of this information, you'll go down to the section where the reviews appear, and here it's important to note that the product has at least 4.5 stars and ideally plenty of reviews as well, which is always a good sign. For example, in this case, it only has 15. I recommend a minimum of 30 or even 50 to be sure that real people are actually buying these products. Now we're going to click where it says see more. And here we're going to filter using this image icon so we can read and above all see real images of the products. Since the photos that appear at the top of the AliExpress page are, let's say, edited photos that look really good, whereas the photos here in the reviews are real photos from customers who have actually bought this specific product. So there we can see more for comparison, for example, next to a hand, what the specific size is on a table, and well, here we can see in detail what it really looks like. Once you've chosen the product you want, now we're going to move to the right side to make the purchase. Now here, you need to be sure about the person who is selling it to you. What you can do is click on it and you'll go to the store or to the products that this person offers. What you can do is check here in this section how many positive or negative reviews they have overall, because this person doesn't just sell this product but several others. And obviously it's better if they have a generally positive review rating. Then this will appear depending on where you are. You simply click on it, and here what you'll do is specifically choose the country, then select your location, and that's it. This applies here. Remember that depending on where you are located, here on the left side where the price is shown, it may also include some taxes depending on your location. Then here at the bottom, the shipping price appears. In this case, it is completely free, but it does not include a tracking number. That means we won't be able to track the product to know where in the world it is, whether it has arrived in our city, or even if it has already reached our home. That's why I recommend that you buy products that have a tracking option. To do this, you just need to look for it, select it, and when you choose free shipping, it should indicate that tracking is included. Then, here it will specifically show the date when the product will arrive at your home or at the place you have chosen to receive the product. After this, if you want, you can also change the quantity. You can choose as many products as you want, increase the amount here, and order according to your preference. I'm going to leave it at 1 and click on Buy Now. When I click on Buy Now, this screen appears, and here I can see the shipping address. It's censored because it's my personal address, but I can click here where it says change and adjust the address to wherever I am. Then under payment methods, depending on where you are located, you'll see the option to add a credit or debit card or some other payment methods. As I mentioned earlier, this really depends on your specific location. And as you can see here, there's an option available for entering promo codes. I'll leave one for you in the description below if I can get access to it. And then here in the summary section, you'll see both the product price and the shipping cost. This probably changed and increased, most likely because I only chose a single, very inexpensive product. That's why I highly recommend that you go directly to any product here and add several different items to your cart. Once you add multiple products, the shipping cost will likely decrease, which will make the total cost not as high as it initially appears. So what you can do is talk to friends or family members who want to place orders on AliExpress so that you can make a single order together. This way, the shipping cost will decrease significantly or at least stay the same, but since there are many more products, it's obviously much more worthwhile to make the purchase. Once you've made your purchase here, click where it says place order. When you receive your tracking number, come to this website called exactly as it appears above, 17 track. Enter the tracking numbers of your orders here and track them to know where they are, whether they've arrived in your country, if they've reached your home, and keep a close eye to make sure your order actually arrives. Likewise, if the order doesn't arrive at your home or the place you chose, you can file a claim with AliExpress and they will, of course, refund your money. But for that, you have to pay close attention to the delivery date. Remember that this one said it would arrive by May 5th at the latest. So, since it's May, what you should do is wait until that date, and when that date arrives, if your product from this seller still hasn't arrived, what you do is file a claim so they refund your money,